Stateline Speedway with your host, Josh Hosier. Support for this broadcast is provided by American Legion, Post 365 in Corey, Kucnick Automotive and Towing in Bear Lake, Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer, Northwest Electrical Service in Warren, Simple Cuts Pet Grooming in Panama, and TR Cool Finds in Panama.
And welcome on into the 98.9 Pit Road Show. I'm Josh Hosier, and we are live from Stateline Speedway once again on another Stateline Saturday night. Vintage Rumble Night 2 and special visit from the Rush Touring Series. We're going to have a special interview to get things started here, and we'll jump right into that. What do you think?
Sounds like a good plan.
All right, so joining me is the announcer for the Rush Touring Series. And go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Brian Spade. I've been the announcer for the Rush Touring Series since its inception in 2013, and it's great to be back here at Stateline once again, second time this year after our Bill Law Memorial earlier this year.
We had a lot of fun that night. The Bill Law Memorial was an exciting race. Some great on-track action, but you guys pulled a huge car count that night. Looks like another good one tonight.
Yeah, we're well over 30 cars right now. When I was over in the pit area, I got to get back over there once I'm done with the interview and walk through, make sure I got all my information right as the announcer for the series and participate in the drivers' meeting. But it looks like it's a beautiful track tonight, beautiful weather for the weekend with this race, and over at Erie's tomorrow night for our manufacturers' night. And it's just overall great weekend for folks to come out to the racetrack.
And, last time you were here, I guess I conceded the mic for the Rush stock cars. We're going to do that again for the heat races tonight. But I just want to give you an opportunity. First of all, tell the fans, what Rush is doing, all these different series, and then if you can go into a little bit of detail on the stock cars. I think that's the one we're trying to grow the most right now.
Yeah, sure. So we're the basically the front runner in crate engine racing in the region. The late models get most of our attention because they have well over $300,000 in point fund and contingencies that we give away all year long. Tomorrow night, for example, at the manufacturer's night, we'll give away, I believe it's well over $30,000 worth of product to the drivers. So we have our weekly series points for the late models, which, when you run at a racetrack such as Stateline on a weekly basis, you collect points and you compete against other guys around the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic for a championship. Then we have our touring series, which is our higher paying races with a $76,000 plus point fund. And over the years, as Rush continued to develop, we started to do Sportsman Modifieds, which looks like a Northeast big block modified car, but with a crate engine in it, Chevrolet Performance crate engine. We've done the sprint cars now, which are a wingless sprint. We have our Pro Mods, which race here weekly. Look like the old. They look like an E-Mod, is what we've known for years in this area. And of course, our stock cars, which are new. And my understanding is that the three tracks that run them weekly, Tri-City Raceway Park in Franklin here at Stateline and up at Erie's, have committed for 2026. So that is our biggest and growing division, Josh, with 25 cars and growing by leaps and bounds. It's a real cost-effective way to go racing with a Chevrolet Performance crate engine. You've got a spec tire, spec shock, spec fuel, but the racing is fantastic. It's just incredible. And it doesn't matter if you're young or old. A lot of people think, well, it's just these young kids that are getting into this. No, it's not. I mean, there's older guys that have come out of racing retirement or wanted to get started in a Rush stock, and it's a great way for them to get involved.
I think it's a great series to pair with our Vintage Rumble tonight. A lot of these Vintage Rumble guys are going to find that class to be very entertaining, I think. So those of you in the pits listening to me right now, make sure you pay attention for those Rush stocks. One of our most competitive classes all season here at Stateline.
Well, and it's been competitive at all the tracks it runs at. I announced one night at Tri-City Raceway last month in place of the regular announcer who was on vacation, and those were they were the best features of the night. I mean, and that's pretty common. It's funny, you announce, and Josh and I announced for many years, and everyone always wants to announce the big blocks or the the super late models or the super sprints, but some of the best races to announce are in the mid-tier to lower-tier divisions, and those kids and adults that are putting on the races in the stocks, they're just doing a hell of a job.
Yeah.
It's really good. Really good.
Well, again, very successful series launched by Rush. Took you a couple years to get it off its feet, or on its feet, I guess you'd say. But it's doing very well this year. The health of that class growing quickly.
Yeah, that class and also our Rush late models. I mean, we're bringing 30 to 40 plus cars each one of these late model touring series races, and you're going to see that tonight. It's a phenomenal field of cars and drivers that come from all walks of life and from all over the New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio region mainly, also West Virginia, Michigan. We got a couple guys from Canada. One guy making his fourth race of the season from up north of Syracuse, New York, drove down here. Harry Halliday making his debut in the Rush late model touring series, and it's good to see all the cars back in action, and of course we got a good field here. It's going to be just as good, if not better, tomorrow night when we're giving away all that money for the manufacturers night.
Sure, absolutely. I think it's a nice for the fans to be able to go from one to the other as well. We encourage them to do so. Definitely want them to support you guys both nights out. Taking a look at some of the cars already in the pits, and it's the guys you expect, right?
Yep.
But there are some heavy hitters in your guys' field, and I know you see these names maybe night in and night out, but for some of us, Austin Allen was here last week, put on a really nice performance, picking up the win. Obviously, whenever you see the name Wonderling associated with a crate late model or a Rush late model, you know that they're going to be running up front. Looking at your point standings, it's kind of the same names, right? It's the same guys that we expect. The Wonderling. What else? Yeah, Drelos is right there. He's really fast here at Stateline.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody else? You mentioned the guy coming from north of Syracuse. Anybody else that's going to surprise us tonight?
Well, I'll tell you what. I think Jeremy, he's won here 4 times with the series. There's no question. If there was a betting line in Las Vegas, he'd be the top guy here. Kyle Hardy, who won our championship back in 21, picked up to run in with us again this year. He's second in points right now. He's here tonight. That number 99 car runs well here and at Erie's, and it'll be interesting to see how much he can close up to Jeremy tonight. Demetrius Drelis has decided to run with us this year. Demetrius is a big block modified champion at Albany, Saratoga, Utica, Rome, has won up in the eastern New York State area, and he really loves running these cars, and it's been an exciting addition to our series for Demetrius to follow it. He's up from the Albany area. And then you mentioned Austin Allen, who's 4th in points, who ran here last week, getting prepped for tonight. Austin has been a stellar competitor on the series, was the Woodhall Raceway champion last year, and a cat that's actually starting to really show his skills. He excelled in the Rush Sportsman Modifieds for a few years, won a championship, and then switched over to the late models last year, and that's Hollywood Ben Easler. Ben is only 19 years old. He's raced now for easily 5-6 years in these classes, and he's driving for the Latta brothers. You may remember the name Matt Latta. Matt stepping aside, raising a family, busy with his business, and Ben has stepped into that car, and he's only 71 points behind Jeremy Wonderling for a title run, and that 02 team has done very well, and I expect a lot out of Ben Easler, especially as the years come down. And one of the fun things about this about this series, Josh, is that, young and old to get in, it's an inexpensive series, but it also provides a springboard for guys that want to get into super late racing.
Sure.
I mean, we've seen guys like Ryan Montgomery excel, Max Blair, another one. Max always did well here, but getting his name out there through the Rush late models allowed him to get to where, partly to get where he is when he's running a national series. So you've seen a lot of names come through, and it should be good. I think those are going to be your top guys that you're going to watch tonight, and I think you're going to see a couple of your locals that really will put them to the test, like David Parker and guys like that.
Yeah, and I know I don't have the exact number in front of me, and apologies to his crew for not knowing this. I should. Jason Jenko very close to tying Max Blair's crate win record here at Stateline. I'm not sure the exact numbers, but he's very close. So he's also got a little extra to race for as well.
Absolutely, and Jason is he always runs well here at Stateline and at Erie's. I mean, it's his home track, and he followed us on the series. He gave it a shot a few years back when Jeremy won one of his titles. I think it was in 18 or 19, and he was a great addition to the series. And one of the things that's neat is when guys do take the opportunity to take a year and go out on the series, it's amazing how much they improve at the local level if they decide they don't want to keep it up. And why a guy doesn't keep it up, it's just work. You got commitments at home, family, whatever. But it's amazing how much they improve going forward because they get such experience running with this series, but at different racetracks and different surfaces, from a track like Stateline to a really small track like Bradford to a giant speedway like Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway.
Yeah, I think that's the cool part about it for sure. I think your following is growing and growing each year. It's fun knowing that you guys are coming to town today. That was an exciting thing for me all week to look forward to. We got to pay the bills, though. Let's talk about your sponsors.
Yep. Oh, that's fine. I'm going to hit a couple of those. Of course, it's the Hovis Auto and Truck Supply Rush Late Models. That's Hovis Auto and Truck Supply is our branding sponsor for all of our series events, and we appreciate all the support that they give us. Born to Run Lubricants is a lubrication. They are specially made for Hovis Auto and Truck Supply. Flynn's Tire with locations throughout Western PA and Ohio, along with Gunter's Honey. There's an interesting story. Flynn's and Gunter's are our touring series sponsors. Many people wonder, what is Gunter's Honey? You can actually buy it at Walmart or on Amazon online, but it's for Greg Gunter. Greg Gunter is the owner of Winchester Speedway down in Virginia.
Okay.
And he's been a huge supporter of late model racing, especially for many, many years. He is the centerpiece down there in Northern Virginia for the Rush Late Model Touring Series and the Rush Late Models themselves. But Gunter's Honey is one of our main sponsors. And just real quick, if I could, going down the list of all of our other sponsors that we have here with Rush, and we have a ton of them, and we appreciate all that they do, from Basil Race Fuels to Rick Hendricks City Chevrolet. There's an interesting story from North Carolina. They sponsored, or they were involved in, the Chevrolet Performance Crate Engine Racing down there, and then through Steve Hendren and the Hendren Racing Engines got involved with us, and now they're a huge supporter of our series out of North Carolina. Dusted, the official steak seasoning of Rush, D&V Jewelers, FK Rod Ends, Franklin Racing Supply, Heritage Wine Cellars, which is right up here in the Erie area, Holly Carburetors, Hoosier Tire, Insinger Performance, Jones Racing Products, Joseph J. Oliva, Attorney at Law, Landrum Performance Springs, MSD Performance. Now they are sponsoring our Manufacturers Night tomorrow night at Erie's. They've been involved with us for 7 or 8 years in a row, and it's great to have them on board. On Time Body and Graphic, Dave Posky's Performance Parts, Precise Racing Products, Racing Electronics, Russ King Racing, Seal Tight Paving and Excavating, Schoenfeld Headers, Sunoco Race Fuels, Sunoco Go Rewards, 3C Graphics, Velocity USA, and Velan Metals. And a lot of those names I just said will be giving away prizes tomorrow night in our Manufacturers Night awards, which occur in the pit area. And tomorrow night, there's 2 Holly Carbs to give away worth almost $1,200. Over $33,800 of product going to be given away to these guys tomorrow. And Vicky Emig and Mike Leone, particularly, Vicky has been works diligently and really hard to get this division in its position that it's in, and to get the money and the sponsorship in. And it's great working with her and the whole team, and we appreciate the fact that you folks at Stateline are willing to have us here for a second time in 2025.
We're happy to have you for sure. It's going to be an exciting night. I think the track's looking like it's going to be a lot like last night, where it's both going to have grip, but also just enough speed to make it real fun, but not too fast that they're just blowing it off or something like that. So should be a real racy surface tonight. Going to be a lot of fun. Happy you guys are here. Thank you for coming on the air with me, and we'll look forward to the Rush Late Model feature tonight.
Absolutely, Josh. I thank you very much, and thank the fans that are here tonight and all of you out there and listening. And come on out to the races. You're going to see a lot of exciting action here tonight at Stateline, like every Saturday night. It's really important for us to support these local drivers and these racetracks. This is the heartland of auto racing in America, and it's just a great place to come and watch an event. So thank you very much.
Thank you. This is the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream.
Kucnick Automotive and Towing is the platinum sponsor of the Channel 98.9 Pit Road Show from Stateline Speedway. Located at 1710 Greenlee Street in Bear Lake, Kucnick Automotive offers general maintenance and repair, battery and electrical system repair, car and motorcycle towing, wheel and tire repair, and much more. Phone 814-462-6233. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Kucnick Automotive and Towing for being a major supporter of the Pit Road Show from Stateline Speedway. Support for the Channel 98.9 Kucnick Automotive Pit Road Show is provided by Simple Cuts Pet Grooming, located on Weeks Road in Panama. Simple Cuts provides one-on-one service for your pet by booking one dog at a time to allow for a relaxed spa day for your pet. Simple Cuts offers dog and cat grooming as well as nails and baths. The phone number is 716-603-7475. Simple Cuts Pet Grooming treats your pet like family. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Simple Cuts Pet Grooming for their support.
Pretend I don't live in it. Sunshine gonna wash my blues away. Had sweet love, but I lost it. She got too close, so far, and now I'm lost in the world, trying to find me a better way. Wishing I was knee deep in the water somewhere. Got the blue sky breeze, and it don't seem fair. Only worry in the world is the tide gonna reach my chair. Sunrise, there's a fire in the sky. Never been so happy, never felt so high. And I think I might have found me my own kind of paradise. Wrote a note, said be back in a minute. Bought a boat and I sailed off in it. Don't think anybody's gonna miss me anyway. Permanent vacation. The ocean is my only medication. Wishing my condition ain't ever gonna go away. 'Cause now I'm knee deep in the water somewhere. Got the blue sky breeze blowing wind through my hair. Only worry in the world is the tide gonna reach my chair. Sunrise, there's a fire in the sky. Never been so happy, never felt so high. And I think I might have found me my own kind of paradise. Champagne shore washing over me. It's a sweet, sweet life, living by the salty sea. One day you could be as lost as me. Change your geography, maybe you might be. Knee deep in the water somewhere. Got the blue sky breeze blowing wind through my hair. Only worry in the world is the tide gonna reach my chair. Sunrise, there's a fire in the sky. Never been so happy, never felt so high. And I think I might have found me my own kind of paradise. Come on in, the water's nice. Find yourself a little slice. Grab a backpack and lunch. You never know until you try. When you lose yourself, you find the key to paradise.
This broadcast of the Channel 98.9 Kucnick Automotive Pit Road Show is funded in part by TR Cool Finds, located at 1 East Main Street in Panama. Email trcoolfinds@gmail.com. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks TR Cool Finds for their support.
And welcome back into the Pit Road Show here at Stateline Speedway. I'm Josh Hosier, and man, what an exciting day. Vintage Rumble Day 2 on tap here at Stateline in just about an hour and a half's time. going to have Rush Late Model Touring Series 4000 to win, plus the Vintage Rumble feature races. They're late models, they're OEM stock cars, sportsman mods, vintage mods, and open mods, as well as super late models, Rush Pro Modifieds, and Rush stock cars. Grab the family, head on out, get out here to Stateline, and enjoy this beautiful Stateline Saturday night with us. Track looking great. If you're checking out our YouTube feed, you can see that the track is in excellent condition, ready to go for tonight's race. The pits filling up very quickly. As we said during the previous interview, over 30 Rush late models here already. Looks like going to be a pretty good field of super late models as well, as I see them rolling in and checking in. And always about the pretty good field of Rush Pro Mods as well. So we should see pretty good car numbers from all of the local classes, or the current classes. And then we're also going to see quite a few vintage modifieds, vintage late models, and the OEM stocks. Going to be a really fun night here at Stateline Speedway. We encourage you to come on out with the family and enjoy the show. We are going to supplement some interviews that we took last night. So, bear with me a little bit on some of these. Some of them are dated to last night, but we want to make sure we get them on air, so we're going to get those on air for you right now.
Mike Birkenbein, Barry Wallace.
Ricky Barry, tell me, where are you guys from?
We're from Bluegrass, Iowa.
Iowa. So how long
And he's
was
from Illinois.
Iowa, Illinois. How long did it take you to get here?
About 10 hours.
10 hours.
Yep.
And so tell me, I'm going to pan to the car, but tell me what class and tell me about the car.
We're going to be running the OEM class tonight, and it's a 1967 Chevelle. I haven't raced since 1977, and this will probably be my fourth night. I did race 3 times last year, but retired, doing my bucket list.
Awesome.
Got married, had kids, didn't have any money. Now I got a couple quarters, so I'm ready to race.
Well, we're happy to have you here at Stateline. I appreciate you guys making the tow. I know it's a long ways. It's going to be a fun weekend. I'm excited for it. Hope you guys are excited too. Thank you very much.
Oh man, we're excited. This is great. Looking forward to it. Yep.
And that interview with one of the vintage OEM stock drivers, who was, I believe, second place last night, had a good run, and we'll look to improve on that tonight in the feature event. We'll continue to supplement some of those interviews throughout the show, just so we can give you guys a taste of what some of these vintage drivers have gone through to get here. Some of them long ways. They've traveled Iowa and Canada and some other places just to make it here to Stateline for the Vintage Rumble. Once again, grandstands are now open. Racing starting at 7 p.m. tonight. Barbecue again tonight. Brisket and pulled pork going to be smoked fresh. It's going to be one of those nights that you can't miss Stateline. So grab the family and head on out. We'll do points, and soon, Dan Nelligan will be joining me to do tonight's picks as well. All that and more coming up on the Stateline Speedway Pit Road Show.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane and Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
The Pit Road Show from Stateline Speedway on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is sponsored by Steve Daniels Electric and Flicks Heating, Plumbing, and Air Conditioning, located at 147 East Main Street in Corey. They offer residential and light commercial new services, as well as electrical repairs, well pumps, and water conditioning systems. Phone 814-665-6034. Online at flicksheatingplumbingandac.com. Channel 98.9 thanks Steve Daniels Electric and Flicks Heating and Plumbing for their support.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway. Looking for adventure. And whatever comes our way.
Support for the Pit Road Show from Stateline Speedway is provided in part by American Legion Post 365. Located at 1460 Scioto Road in Corey, the American Legion is open to the public for dining and also available for special events such as baby showers, parties, and reunions. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the American Legion Post 365 for their support.
Support for the Pit Road Show from Stateline Speedway is provided in part by Northwest Service Company, your local authorized generic and Kohler dealer located at 406 Chestnut Street in Warren. Since 1991, this family-owned business has proudly served the region's residential, commercial, and industrial electrical needs. Northwestern Service Company offers expert sales, service, and installation of generic and Kohler generators with multiple service technicians and 24-hour emergency service available. Northwest Service is happy to handle maintenance, service, and even warranty work on existing units. For more information, call 814-723-3521.
And welcome back into the Stateline Speedway Pit Road Show. Fans already here at the track. Pamela's Pampered Pets and Rusted Nuts are providing bus rides around the racetrack. But most importantly for that bus ride tonight, take a ride through the pits. Check out some of these vintage race cars that are here. Your opportunity to get up close and personal with some of those cars by taking a bus ride with Rusted Nuts and Pamela's Pampered Pets. Next up on the show, we're going to talk a little bit about point standings and taking a look without considering last night's races into the point standings. Those have not been calculated as of yet. So based on last weekend's points, mini late point standings going into last night's race. In fifth was Kyle Coons with 232 points. In fourth was Morgan Curry with 251 points. In third, Jacob Hingston with 285. In second, Ryan Card with 315. Card unfortunately had what we believe is throttle suck open and ran into the turn one wall last night. Your points leader with 356 points going into last night was the 9W of Chris White. He also had problems last night. Car broke on the backstretch with a few laps to go. Not good points nights for either of the points leader. Good news for Jacob Hingston, Oakley Turrell, and some of the others who are going to climb up a little bit closer towards the front as a result. Challenger top five in fifth going into last night was Billy Joe Huffman with 486 points. In fourth, Domingo Echevarria with 598. In third, John Mees with 603. In second, Peter Volpe with 644. And leading the points going into last night was Holden Heineman with 690 points. Moving on now to Rush Stocks, who will race tonight. Their top five in points in fifth, Cameron Kramer with 482 points. In fourth is Raiden Wilson with 692 points. In third, the 22C of Cole Strickland with 701 points. In second, it's the 17X of Caden Michael with 766 points. And leading the way with a 68-point lead, the 15-star of Dard Eagleman. Rush Stocks, as we mentioned, very competitive this season. A lot of fun to watch. We'll be excited to see them out on the track tonight. Moving on to Pro Stock standings. And again, they raced last night and going to be a little bit of a shake-up there, but not too big a one. Coming into last night and fifth in points was Gary Fisher in the F12 with 488 points. Fourth in points in the 29, Dale Sheets. He had 520. In third was the 5B of Jason Black with 695 points. In second, the 777s of John Boardman with 697 points. And leading the points going into last night was the 21W of Chris Withers with 740 points. Tough points night last night for a couple guys. Dustin Gibson, one of them, got caught up in that early wreck. Brent Murado as well. But a good night for some of the other guys, Gary Fisher included. And we'll see how that all shakes out next Saturday when we review the points for the Pro Stocks. Rush Pro Mods will race here tonight. Fifth in points is Paul Nelson with 539 points in his 55 machine. In fourth is Tim Peterson with the 24P with 556 points. In third in the 48 is Cody Van Geiler with 636 points. Second in points, the Star 61 of Cody Rickard with 647. And leading the way, it's the 1W of Josh Wilcox with 804 points. That takes us to the Outlaw Modifieds. And Outlaw Modified points look like this. In fifth, the 2J of Troy Johnson. This was going into last night, had 487 points. In fourth, the 105 of Zach Johnson with 502. In third, the 16 of Jason Brightman with 516. In second, it's the 14R of CJ Ramsey with 566. And leading the way, the 5 of Greg Johnson with 665 points. We're through a few classes, got a couple more to go. Rush Late Models next up. And the top 5 in points for the Rush Lates With 457 points in 5th place, the 17X of Andy Michael. With 510 points in 4th place is the 87K of Randy Hall. With 517 points, just 7 points ahead of 4th place. In 3rd with the 5G is Scott Gerdak. Another 18 points ahead of him with 535 is the 2 of David Parker. He's in 2nd. And 110 points ahead of him with 645 points, the 29J of Jason Jenko. That leaves just the super late model points to review, and we'll do the top 10 real fast for the super lates. 10th place with 300 points, the 22 of Greg Oakes. In 9th, just 10 points ahead of him with 310, the B22 of Bump Hedman. In 8th, with 351 points, the 4-star of Douglas Eck. In 7th, with 367 points, the 19 of Bob Dorman. In 6th, with 369 points, actually 6th is tied with 5th, so tie for 5th, 369 points. 29J of Jason Jenko and the 03 of Doug Eck. In 4th, with 416 points, the 22B of Daryl Bozzard. In 3rd, with 422 points, the 1 of Wendell Pickney. In 2nd, with 446 points, it's the 7J of Kyle Bedell. And just 40 points ahead of Kyle in the first spot, with 486 points, it's the 0S of Ryan Scott. Tight points battle in many of the classes. Still lots of great racing to see here at Stateline Speedway this year. And why don't you start it off by showing up here tonight and enjoying some vintage racing, enjoying that big touring series race for the Rush teams, and really just a beautiful night to be at the racetrack. Absolutely gorgeous out, and we hope you come on out and celebrate with us and have some fun and enjoy this beautiful racetrack and this great night of racing. This is the 98.9 Sports Stream.
Kucnick Automotive and Towing is the platinum sponsor of the Channel 98.9 Pit Road Show from Stateline Speedway. Located at 1710 Greenlee Street in Bear Lake, Kucnick Automotive offers general maintenance and repair, battery and electrical system repair, car and motorcycle towing, wheel and tire repair, and much more. Phone 814-462-6233. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Kucnick Automotive and Towing for being a major supporter of the Pit Road Show from Stateline Speedway. Support for the Channel 98.9 Kucnick Automotive Pit Road Show is provided by Simple Cuts Pet Grooming, located on Weeks Road in Panama. Simple Cuts provides one-on-one service for your pet by booking one dog at a time to allow for a relaxed spa day for your pet. Simple Cuts offers dog and cat grooming as well as nails and baths. The phone number is 716-603-7475. Simple Cuts Pet Grooming treats your pet like family. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Simple Cuts Pet Grooming for their support.
Satisfaction, 'cause I tried
This broadcast of the Channel 98.9 Kucnick Automotive Pit Road Show is funded in part by TR Cool Finds, located at 1 East Main Street in Panama. Email trcoolfinds@gmail.com. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks TR Cool Finds for their support.
Support for the Pit Road Show from Stateline Speedway is provided in part by Northwest Service Company, your local authorized generic and Kohler dealer located at 406 Chestnut Street in Warren. Since 1991, this family-owned business has proudly served the region's residential, commercial, and industrial electrical needs. Northwestern Service Company offers expert sales, service, and installation of generic and Kohler generators with multiple service technicians and 24-hour emergency service available. Northwest Service is happy to handle maintenance, service, and even warranty work on existing units. For more information, call 814-723-3521.
And welcome back into Stateline Speedway. This is the Pit Road Show. My name is Josh Hosier, and we're off to another driver interview with another vintage modified driver right now.
All right, who am I here with?
I'm Rick Micah.
And Rick, where are you from?
I'm from Fredonia, New York.
From Fredonia. And tell us about the car. What is it?
This is the Open Modified. It's a vintage dirt modified 358 small block Chevy. Originally my dad's car, body. I reconfigured on this chassis, and we're on with the PA Vintage Group, and we're here for the Rumble.
Very cool. So not a huge haul for you guys. I just interviewed somebody from Iowa, a little further for them to get here.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool to see all these cars rolling in.
Yes.
And it's going to be a fun night at the racetrack. Anything else we got to thank anybody, or we
I just
got?
want to thank my dad for all the help. Everybody else chipped in and helped out. A lot of hours, a lot of time to put this together.
Stateline Speedway for putting this on. That's
Yeah, we want to thank
fantastic.
Bill and all the guys for doing this. It's really cool to see all these guys and everything they're doing for everybody here.
Excellent. Thanks for making the tow over here, guys, and
Yes.
really appreciate having you. Good luck tonight and tomorrow.
All right,
Thank you.
Fun to have these driver interviews with these vintage modified drivers. We'll continue to play those throughout the show. I have several more to get through. But if you are still sitting at home listening to the Pit Road Show, now's the time to jump in the car with the kids and head on over to Stateline. Racing starting at 7 p.m. tonight. We're going to have Rush Late Model Touring Series 4000 to win. We're going to have Vintage Rumble feature races for late models, OEM stock cars, Sportsman Modifieds, Vintage Modifieds, and Open Modifieds, as well as Stateline Super Late Models, Rush Pro Mods, and Rush stock cars. Racing starts at 7. Don't be late. Hot Laps going to get started a little before that. I think 6:15, 6:30 for Hot Laps. So get yourself over here to Stateline to enjoy a great night of racing, and we'll look forward to seeing you over here. Last night, an exciting night of racing here, the Friday night program for night 1 of the Vintage Rumble, and we'll go through some of the results for you guys real fast and give you an idea of what happened here at Stateline Challengers. Five or six different cautions in the feature event, but at the end kind of saw it coming. Peter Volpe was on a mission, and he picked up the win in the Challenger race. He beat Holden Heineman, who finished second, Domingo Echevarria, who was from, I believe, 12th to 3rd, and John Mees in 4th, Billy Joe Huffman in 5th. Moving on to Pro Stocks, 5th place Nick Roby battled with Chris Withers most of the race for 4th place, but Withers held on and took the 4th spot away. John Boardman finished 3rd, and Gary Fisher, who led early, was bumped out of the lead a little bit on the backstretch and gave up the spot to Jason Black, who was your eventual winner in the 5B. And then there were the Outlaw Modifieds. In the Outlaw Modified race, another exciting one. We saw Wyatt Scott and Troy Johnson doing battle up front, Zane Harvey and Zach Johnson doing battle for 3rd, and then Greg Johnson decided to get involved with it as well, and the three of them battled 3 wide for about 2 laps. Absolutely excellent racing. Final result there for the Outlaw Modifieds. 5th place Greg Johnson, 4th Zach Johnson, 3rd Zane Harvey, 2nd Wyatt Scott, and the winner was Troy Johnson. Another quick word from our sponsor. We'll come back, and I'm going to have Woe Nelly here on the air for today's picks.
Support for the Channel 98.9 Kucnick Automotive Pit Road Show is provided by Simple Cuts Pet Grooming, located on Weeks Road in Panama. Simple Cuts provides one-on-one service for your pet by booking one dog at a time to allow for a relaxed spa day for your pet. Simple Cuts offers dog and cat grooming as well as nails and baths. The phone number is 716-603-7475. Simple Cuts Pet Grooming treats your pet like family. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Simple Cuts Pet Grooming for their support.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
And welcome back into the Pit Road Show. And as I said, joining me now, Nelly himself, Dan Nelligan. Dan, welcome back to the show.
Your 2-0 undefeated Pit Road predictions show world heavyweight champion.
For one more week at least, Dan.
For at least one more day.
At least one more day. This is going to become a regular piece of our show. I think people are starting to give us some good feedback on this. So, Dan, there's over 40 rush lates already in the pits.
There's only 40 of them. You know, a nice light car count here for the rush late models. We're just kidding. 40 cars in the pits for the rush late models, a class that I, near and dear to my heart, absolutely love seeing anything that they put on the track. It is always a special night when the Touring Series is in town. And a loaded field for that. That one's going to be the last one we pick tonight. Holy cow, it's going to be a tough one to pick. There's so many good race car drivers in that field. But let's get started with rush stock cars tonight. And Raiden Wilson, last week's winner, looking real sharp in the 77. Cars that are always fast, though. Dar Diegelman, Cole Strickland, Caden Michael, Alex Bush. A lot of choices here. What are we doing? You know, since you've been playing from behind all this 2-week run that I've had, this is almost like this. It's almost a dynasty, I would say, here in the Pit Road Prediction Show. However, I think you're going to go first. You make every pick first tonight just because I'm a nice guy. All right.
Everyone note this down, because if he loses tonight, he's never going to let this go. It's going to be because I made every pick first. But we'll do it anyway. I'll take the advantage. Thank you. It's like winning the coin toss. In the rush stock cars, I'm going to take Raiden Wilson once again. He looked too good to be true last week. I think he'll do it again tonight.
You know, I'm going to pick the other heavyweight, Dar Diegelman. You know, he, the last couple weeks, has almost looked like a superhero coming out of nowhere to win some of these features, just with different handicapping rules here, having to start no better than 6th or 12th in a feature. And he's been pulling off some moves that stunned me. I'm out there watching, either taking photos or up here writing in the booth, and it's almost impressive what he's been able to do in a rush stock car this year.
It's hard to pick against him. I agree. That's where my initial thought went to, but I think I picked him last week, so I decided to pick somebody else. Can't pick the same guy every week. But good choice there. You certainly have a chance at that one at least. We'll move on to Rush Pro Mods, where I'm hoping I can skunk you on this one. I'm going to take Josh Wilcox.
I think he just moved into the lead for the Rush Pro Mod weekly points. It's always a good choice to pick Josh Wilcox. Obviously, an odds-on favorite this year in the class, has been dominant at all the Rush Pro Mod racetracks here. However, I'm going with the 0-2 of Ed Carley.
Good choice. Ed Carley consistently getting faster at Stateline every time we've seen him.
And Ed Carley also, Nelly modified fact, he made the dash in a Rush Pro Mod, finished, I think, 3rd overall in qualifying out of 20-some cars at McKean County Speedway.
All right, 2 classes in, 2 more to go. If I don't win one tonight, I'm going to lose my mind. Let's go to the super lates, and this one's going to be an interesting one. You know, so far this year at Stateline, a lot of parity in this class. Seen a lot of different drivers get wins. We saw Greg Oakes win. Ryan Scott has won. Wendell Pickney's won. You could kind of go anywhere with this class. I feel like, and maybe it's just I feel he's due, but I'm going to take a shot with this one. I think Darrell Bozzard's the guy tonight.
You know, it is, and we always say Darrell Bozzard comes on strong late in the summer when the track starts to slick off. That's really his kind of racetrack, and it is really almost Darrell Bozzard's season here at Stateline Speedway. However, I'm going to pick a guy that likes to chase after me on the infield with a race car. If you haven't seen the TikTok, was it last year or 2 years ago? Kyle Bedell, the photographer hunter.
Second place in points. He's due for a win as well, for sure. So, all right, we got our picks in. I just got a text that said we were both wrong. It was going to definitely be Greg Oakes. So we'll see who gets that one right. But so far, you know, I think I'm winning 1 a night. You're winning 3 a night, basically, or 4 a night. So I got to get the advantage tonight. Take 3. So hopefully those are the 3 that I win, and the rush one won't matter. But let's get to the hardest one to pick. 40 cars so far. Could still be more. And of those 40 cars, probably 15 of them could actually win this race.
It's always, again, to use another a term that I like to say, it's always, guys under a blanket here. In the Rush late models, qualifying matters. If you're a good qualifier here, you're going to put yourself up front in a heat race. And when you got 40 cars coming into a field, and the difference between first and second is like 6 positions when it comes to the feature lineup, I mean, the difference between first and second, absolutely huge tonight for the Rush late models.
So I'm struggling with this one, Nelly, because what I want to pick and what I should pick are two different things here. What I want to pick, and I'll just be honest about it, what I want to pick is Demetrius Drelis. He's been very fast here at Stateline. But what I need to pick to beat you is Jeremy Wonderling.
The 3J always really dominant here. Is that your final pick?
I'm going with Wonderling. Got to.
So I'm going to go with somebody that I think might shock a lot of folks that know me and my favorites. I'm not going to pick an Austin tonight.
Wow.
I didn't pick an Austin. I picked an Austin last time the Rush late models were in attendance with Austin Allen, who's in attendance. I told him earlier I wasn't picking him. He was awfully mad because he was hoping on my vote of confidence.
He's the only driver that wants to be picked.
But I'm going to go with a Virginia native, Kyle Hardy.
That's a great choice. Kyle Hardy, I believe he's running top 5 in points. He's right there in the thick of things and certainly can pull off a win here tonight.
Something to note that he hasn't been here other than this year, the opening night, May 10th, finished 11th. The last time, 2021.
Wow.
10th was the last time we've seen Kyle Hardy in a Rush late model here. And I think it's time for him to break through. He's going to go plus 9 or 10 to get it done tonight.
Got our picks locked in, and hopefully this time, hopefully this time Nelly doesn't skunk me again. I'm getting tired of hearing about it on Facebook all week long until the next picks.
I've been doing virtual donuts on Facebook, rubbing it on in as I am looking to go 3-0 here on the season. Josh, it's always nice. We got to get this show rolling. I got to go get to work.
Yeah, and we're going to be done here at 6 o'clock tonight on the Pit Road Show, as we will do the national anthem here at the track at 6 o'clock and have hot laps shortly thereafter. So I want to thank you fans for joining us on the Stateline Speedway Pit Road Show once again. I'm Josh Hosier, and we'll see you next Saturday for another Stateline Saturday night.
Kucnick Automotive and Towing is the platinum sponsor of the Channel 98.9 Pit Road Show from Stateline Speedway. Located at 1710 Greenlee Street in Bear Lake, Kucnick Automotive offers general maintenance and repair, battery and electrical system repair, car and motorcycle towing, wheel and tire repair, and much more. Phone 814-462-6233. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Kucnick Automotive and Towing for being a major supporter of the Pit Road Show from Stateline Speedway.
Thanks for tuning in to the Kucnick Automotive and Towing Pit Road Show on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream from Stateline Speedway with your host, Josh Hosier. Support for this broadcast is provided by American Legion, Post 365 in Corey, Kucnick Automotive and Towing in Bear Lake, Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer, Northwest Electrical Service in Warren, Simple Cuts Pet Grooming in Panama, and TR Cool Finds in Panama. Join us next time for the Pit Road Show from Stateline Speedway.
Yeah.